Hello friends, welcome to Unix operating system lecture 3. Today we are going to discuss about login, system login, logout and few basic commands as soon as our Unix operating system or the Unix box is ready. So here you can see login to Unix, and as soon as we launch our Unix box, we see something like this, login as. So this is the putty application that I use for my day-to-day day-to-day Unix operations. But today I will show you the Sigwin application that I have installed on my system for demonstration purpose. For example, this is the Sigwin box that I have installed on Windows operating system. So it can work along with Windows operating system as well. So most of the systems we might have a separate computer that has a separate and the only one operating system that may be Unix operating system as well, Linux, Ubuntu. But since I am here working on the Windows operating box and I have to demonstrate the power present, the presentation as well as this server Unix box. So I have installed a Sigwin application, Sigwin. So let me type it here, Sigwin. This is how we pronounce it. So you can install it on your box for learning purpose, and then we can proceed with this lecture. So the basic requirement is to you should have any application like Putty or Sigwin so that you will be able to follow what we are going to discuss further. So here, like it's mentioned, as soon as we launch, so here I have already launched Sigwin and it's single sign-on enabled already. So it already let me to enter into the required login. But suppose you don't have logged in to the Unix box yet. So how do we log in? So let's start from scratch. So here, like I'm inputting login and it's asking for my login user ID. So here in this case, let me put my login, and then password is something that I have already entered, and now I'm able to log into my Unix box. So let me check where we are right now. So we are at the root here. This symbol demonstrate the root folder. We will discuss more and in detail in ongoing chapters down the line. But right now we are not going into detail and we are only learning about how to log in and log out. So there is another command that is to log out the system. So as soon as I enter the log out here, what will happen is it will break the connection and my Sigwin, one second. So I am out from the Dell user ID, and if I enter one more time, it will take me out of the box. So now the box is gone. So I will need to launch it again. Okay, so now you know how to log in and log out from the current session. So I had logged into Dell, and by entering the logout command, I came out of the Dell, and by entering logout command one more time, I came out from my another user. This is 98 BFCF BFC3F. Yeah. So I'm not going to log into my Dell user right now, but let me show you some basic commands over here only. So clear is one of the command that we can use to clear our screen. Okay, so as soon as I clear, input here the clear command and hit enter, this will clear our screen. So now when we are on Unix box, I will show you some basic commands. So this is what we just discussed. Let me explain it to you. So for login to Unix box, the user ID and password both are case sensitive. So if you are using your user and you are trying to mix it with caps and small, it won't work. And to be able to log in to the Unix box, you must have a user login and password. And if you don't have user and password created, you can contact your system administrator, or you can try creating your own user ID and password, then only you will be able to log in. Okay, so that's what we discuss in this slide. And later on, let me show a few basic commands that we can use on Unix operating system. So I'm just clearing this screen, and the first command that is there on our presentation is cal. Cal command basically is to represent the calendar. Now you see today is 24th of September when I'm making this video, and when I entered cal, let me show you again, and hit the enter, it will show you the date and month September 2023, and today's date is 24th, that is Sunday. Yes, that is correct. Now the next command is date command. This we can perform. We can write date command, and it's also showing the same thing, Sunday 24th September, and timing is 23/7/14 IST. So this is in IST time zone, and I'm making this video at around midnight. Yes. Now let me clear this as well. Let me see what is the next command. Okay. So the next command is pwd. Pwd command is to show your current path where you are. Okay. So right now I am in uh, I'm in a path sigwin sig drive c users del desktop and temp. Okay, so if we want, let me, yeah, so if you want, we can go back one more step, cd dot dot, and now you can, cd dot dot is another command that we will discuss later on, but since we have used here, I will describe uh, so that you are aware what we are using on the screen while our session. Yeah, so cd dot dot is to go back one step. So here you saw what was the current directory. We were under the temp, but as soon as we used cd dot dot, we are one step up, and now we are at this path. You see here, this is sig drive c users del and desktop. Okay, now let me go to temp again. Okay, so let me go to temp again. So cd temp command is used to go to other folders from current location. Okay, now you again hit pwd, and now we can see desktop temp. Yeah, so this is how pwd command works. Sometimes we are not aware at which directory we are, so we can use this to represent the current location of the user. Yeah, apart from that, let me discuss, let me clear the screen. Let me discuss passwd command. Okay, so what is this passwd command? Is basically to change your password. Okay, so let me log into my Dell account first, because I remember the password of my Dell account, but not the current one. Yeah, so I'm here, you see. Okay, now I'm logged into my Dell user. Now I'm going to run this passwd command. So what it will do is it will ask you for your old password. That is the current password of this uh, login that you are using right now. Like I have used my user Dell, so I will need to enter the password for the Dell user. Okay, so I entered the old password. Now I'm going to enter the new password. It will again ask for new password. I retyped the new password, and the password is changed now. You can see on the screen, password has been changed. Okay, yeah. So yeah, let me log out of this session now and go back to previous session where we were, yeah, on desktop and temp. So now we know how to use passwd. Let me write it because it is case sensitive. I just changed from caps L to small l. Yeah, so that we don't have any confusion. So these commands we just discussed. Now, okay, few more basic commands are users and who am I. So what is the user and who am I command? Let me type it here and discuss. Who am I? You see, who am I? It is showing me the account name, okay, associated with the current login. So account name associated with the current login is Dell here. So that is what it is showing you right away. So if you want to check the account, we can use this command, who am I? And another command is users. You see, one second, users. It's not showing up anything. So let me log in to my Dell user and run this command. You see now, when someone is logged in onto this box and I here logged in using my user Dell. So when we use the command users, it will show you, it will list you all the users those are logged into the box right now. So here I am the only one who is logged in using my login ID Dell. So it's showing me only Dell user at a time. Okay, so it is possible that on this server many other people, because what happens in corporate is there are some Unix boxes, Unix servers where more than one people are using at a time. And if we want to check who all are using that box, we can just type in users and then it will list out all the users logged in to the box right away. Okay, now this is something I will read it out for you. So these are different commands to shut down your system. Okay, so in Unix, sorry, in Windows box, you know to shut down, you know to sleep, you know to reboot your machine. Similarly, we have different commands in Unix operating system that also help us to, yeah, to shut down your system. So the first command here is halt. What this will do is brings the system down immediately, you know. So as soon as you type in halt and enter, it will bring your system down immediately. I'm not going to do that because this will shut down my system right now and I will not be able to record this video. So I'm sorry about that. You can try it on your machine when you want to do a hands-on experience. Yeah. So another command is init 0. What init 0 will do is power off the system using predefined scripts to synchronize and clean up the system before shutdown. So what basically this means is init 0 is shutting down your system gracefully. Yeah, so whatever needs to be synchronized, whatever needs to be clean up, this will do all those before shutting down your system. Now init 6. Init 6 is something that your system will be down completely and it's a kind of reboot. Yeah, so it's a kind of reboot where your system will shut down gracefully and then will come back. Okay, will be restarted once completely down. Yeah, apart from that, power off. Power off is used for shut down the system by powering off. Like we just hit power button of our of our laptop, and that shuts down your Windows operating system depending upon the setting that we perform. Sometimes uh, we set power off button as a sleep. That depends on how much knowledge you are in Windows operating system. We can set multiple options for the power off, but normally power off is to shut down the system. Reboot. Reboot is to reboot the system. Shutdown is to shut down the system. Now you see here there is reboot and one is init 6. So both are, yeah, both are rebooting the system. Here you see reboot the system, reboot the system. So what is the difference? Difference we will discuss in the last slide because I have mentioned the difference there. Yeah, so let me go to the next page. Okay, so this is listing directories and files. We will definitely discuss more about file management and listing file management, where we will discuss more about this listing directories and files and different options of ls command. So right now let me show that to you. What does that mean? So here let me clear it out. ls command. Okay, so ls command, what is this doing is it's just printing out all the files or folders which are available under your current directory. So current directory is root one for the account Dell that we had logged in earlier. Let me log out, and now we are here. So let me enter ls command. These are the files I have created for demonstration purpose. So here is file 1.txt, file 2.txt, and file this.txt. Okay, so there are three files which is being listed here by using the ls command. Now we can use ls along with -l option. You see what this will do is it will give you a long list of files. Long list means, you see the difference when we are using ls, they are popping up like this, but when we are using ls-l, they are popping up like this. This will represent you either it's a file, folder, or directory. When you see here hyphen, this is a regular file, and sometimes what happens is we have it starting with d. So let me show you quickly. Mkdir file dot test. Okay, so you see here is this one is starting with d, and what does this represent is file dot test is a directory, not a file. So you know the difference between file and directory. Yes, because in one directory we may have multiple files. Yeah, so here for example, one second. Yeah, so like in Unix, you should be knowing, right? In Unix, we have one folder and then there are multiple files or any other documents or resources we store in a directory. Similar to that only, let me go to file.test and then this will make more sense to you. File.test. Now you see we are under file.test directory, pwd. We are under file.test directory, and we can make many more files here. I will not make you confuse, but quickly I can show that to you. So here we have one test1 file under file.test. So let me go back. Cd dot dot is to go back one step. Now again we are under the temp. By doing the ls, we have listed out all files and folders, but just by using ls, we are not able to distinguish between files and folders, which one is file and which one is folder or directory. So for that, ls-l command is more useful. You see here, D represents this is a directory, and hyphen at the beginning of this line represents these are regular files. So this is all about today's session. Let me read this notes that we discussed. What is the difference between init 6 and the reboot command? Okay, so init 6 basically will shut down everything before rebooting, before shutting down. What this means is it will kill everything that is opened. But reboot command is a very quick command. As soon as you enter the reboot, it does not, it will not wait for all other scripts or background tasks whichever are running. It will not wait for them. It will not basically execute the kill script, but just just unmount file system and restart the system. Yeah, it will just unmount everything and reboot it. So reboot is more powerful and more forceful command than init 6. So with this, I would like to conclude today's session, and I will request you to attend further sessions, and we will come back with more practical examples. And as more as we progress, we will learn and we will get more understanding about Unix operating system. And these are a few basic sessions for beginners who are not much aware about the Unix operating system, how to log in, how to log out, and how can we run any basic commands. But as more as we progress down the line, we will go into depth, and that will definitely help learning and developing our skills. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.